Well, hello there my friend. Welcome back to our biology class where we will learn how it all began. Today we will bring you into a world we see some living things on the six kingdoms and even some classes of microorganisms that exist since the ancient age, just like these dinosaurs. This is what we call biodiversity, which is the variety of plant and animal live in a world or in a particular habitat. On today's journey we will help you to understand and see what are those kingdoms and the microorganisms existed. But before that, my name is Zakuan, your tour guide for today. This is Nabilah, the manager for today's journey. After that, we have Sarah, Jenny, and Athirah, our crew member for today. Feel free to ask us anything. Now let's go.
Hi everyone! Hi there! Assalamualaikum! My name is Nur Aina Athirah binti Juhari. So today I will start the presentation with the introduction to the topic. And I also will briefly discuss the scientific concepts of the topic. So are you guys ready? Do you guys know what is the meaning for biodiversity? Biodiversity is the shortened form of two words, biological and diversity. It refers to all the varieties of life that can be found on Earth, such as plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms. Biodiversity is the biological variety and variability of life on Earth. Biodiversity is also a measure of variation at the genetic, species, and ecosystem level. Biodiversity can be divided into three types: genetic diversity, species diversity, and ecosystem diversity. In Form 2, the students already learned briefly about biodiversity. As we all know that biodiversity is the first chapter in the Biology Form 5 KSSM under the Team 2, which is Ecosystem and Environmental Sustainability. In this chapter, there are three subtopics that students will learn, which are classification system and naming of organisms, biodiversity, and lastly, microorganisms and viruses. Actually, there are a lot of importances why students should learn biodiversity. So these two are the importance of learning about biodiversity. The first importance by Casas 2002 from an article titled Challenges of Biodiversity Education. The second one is also from the same article that mentioned how important biodiversity is to be aware and understand the significance of biodiversity in their own environment as well as how they interact with it, and to be able to recognize how our actions have effects on it.
When teachers provide instruction on concepts in various subjects, they are actually teaching students who already have some pre-instructional knowledge about the topic. Students' knowledge, however, can be illogical or misinformed. These illogical understandings are termed as misconceptions. Misconceptions are not unusual. In fact, they are a normal part of the learning process. We quite naturally form ideas from our everyday experience, but obviously not all the ideas we develop are correct with respect to the most current evidence and scholarship in a given discipline. Moreover, some concepts in different content areas are simply very difficult to grasp. So here I am today to present to all of you about misconceptions. My name is Zainey Azneyra binti Zainudin. My ID card number is 2019341781. Let's go deeper into this topic together. So, what is misconception? Misconception is a view or opinion that is incorrect because based on faulty thinking or understanding. There are 5 types of misconceptions that can be categorized. Let's see one by one together. The first one is preconceived notion, in an opinion formed beforehand without adequate evidence. The second one is non-scientific belief, include views learned by students from other sources than scientific education, such as religious or mythical teachings. The third one is conceptual misunderstandings arise when students are taught scientific information in a way that does not provoke them to confront paradoxes and conflicts resulting from their own preconceived notions and non-scientific beliefs. To deal with their confusion, students construct a faulty models that usually are so weak that the students themselves are insecure about the concepts. The fourth one is vernacular misconceptions arise from the use of words that mean one thing in everyday life and another in a scientific context. And the last one is factual misconceptions. Falsities often learned at an early age and retained unchallenged into adulthood. Misconceptions may originate from personal experience, imprecise language, lack of examples and non-examples in concepts formation, media representation of phenomena, errors in logic, and maybe textbooks. First of all, lack of effective communication among students and teachers is the common causes that lead to misconceptions. Communication is the key. It is important to have an effective communication among teachers and students. As a teacher, we should be able to communicate well with our students and making sure that our teaching is not misleading. Next, some students are having difficulty to understand basic concepts. So to overcome this, most of them will create their own understanding regarding that topic. Last but not least, incomplete information on concept is also contributing to misconceptions. That is why it is very crucial to provide enough information on each topic so students can understand the topic very well. Teachers should play their role to help students to overcome their misconceptions. Teachers can help students by developing the students' epistemological thinking, which incorporates belief and theories about the nature of knowledge and the nature of learning in ways that will facilitate conceptual change. The more naive students believe about knowledge and learning, the less likely they are to revise their misconceptions. Besides, teachers also need to present new concepts or theories that we are teaching in such a way that students see as a plausible, high quality, intelligible, and generative. Other than that, use case studies as teaching tools to further solidify understanding of new material and reduce students' misconceptions. Teachers also can use model-based reasoning, which helps students to construct new representations that vary from their intuitive theories. Now, let's see what students can do to overcome their misconceptions. Dear students, please do not rely solely on lecture notes or labs or hands-on activities. You may create your own learning process. Make your learning process to be more fun. Furthermore, once students have overcome their misconceptions, please engage yourself in arguments to strengthen your newly acquired correct knowledge. Last but not least, please be alert and realize of your own misconceptions. You know yourself very well. I think that's enough from me. Let's move to another part of the presentation by my other team members. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Syuzwani binti Saidi. You can call me Sarah. Now, I will continue this presentation with misconception on the classification of organism in biodiversity topics. What is classification? As you can see from the slide, classification is the grouping of things according to characteristic. All organisms in the world can be categorized into 6 kingdoms, which are Archaebacteria, Eubacteria, Protista, Fungi, Animalia, and Plantae. The organisms are classified based on types of cells, number of cells, and types of nutrition. In kingdom Archaebacteria, the misconception that always happen is Archaebacteria and bacteria are same. Actually, the real fact is Archaebacteria are not bacteria. Terms bacteria is actually for Eubacteria. In other words, bacteria and Eubacteria are the same. Bacteria or Eubacteria contain peptidoglycan in the cell wall, while the archaebacteria cell walls are composed of different polysaccharide and proteins. Archaebacteria is a prokaryote, unicellular and primitive bacteria, which is the earliest bacteria that exists. They do not require sunlight and do not need oxygen. They live in a very hot, acidic, salty, or anaerobic environment. They can be divided into three groups, which are methanogen, halophile, and thermophile. All eubacteria are harmful. True or not? The answer is not true. Not all eubacteria are harmful, and some eubacteria that live in the human body are helpful. For example, Lactobacillus acidophilus is a harmless eubacteria that resides in human intestine, which can help human digest food, destroy some disease-causing organisms, and provide nutrients. Eubacteria, or true bacteria, or sometimes called simply as bacteria, are prokaryote and unicellular organisms. The cell wall made up of peptidoglycan. However, not all bacteria have cell walls. The cytoplasm contains ribosomes and plasmid. They do not have a nucleus but consist of cell membrane. Cell membrane consists of glycerol and fatty acids combined together by an ester bond. Based on previous research, students misunderstood that kingdom Protista are prokaryote. But it is not. Protista is eukaryote organism. They have a nucleus that is bound by a nuclear membrane and other membrane-bound organelles. Protista consists of both single-cell and multicellular organisms. They can be autotrophic or heterotrophic in nature or both. They divided into three groups, which are protozoa, algae, and slime mold. They consist of vast organisms, extremely diverse in body forms and size, types of reproduction, modes of nutrition, and lifestyle. Next is fungi. Previous research from Bulunus 2008 proved many students think that fungi are plants. Fungi are not plants. The cell wall of fungi made up of chitin, while plant made up of cellulose. Fungi absorb nutrients from other organisms, whereas plants make their food. Fungi is eukaryote organism and heterotroph. Fungi cannot do photosynthesis because they do not have chloroplasts. As I said before, the cell wall made up of chitin. Fungi do not have roots, but they have a mycelium. They grow best in moisture habitats, but are found wherever organic material is available. This misconception occurs since we are a child. We always listen that camels store water in their humps. True or not? The answer is a big no. The hump is just fat that provides energy. Their red blood cells are oval, which help reduce dehydration. The kidneys and intestine are efficient enough to retain water such that the camel's urine is thick and its feces is dry. Kingdom Animalia contains all the animals. They are multicellular eukaryotes and lack cell walls. Cells are specialized to perform specific function. Most of them are capable of locomotion at some times during their life cycle. Most are diploid that reproduce sexually and have a period of embryonic development. They can be divided into two groups, which are invertebrates, which is no backbone, and vertebrate with backbone. In Kingdom Plante, there are also misconceptions, which is students think pollen is male gamete, but it is incorrect. A pollen grain itself is not the male gamete. Pollen consists of one or more vegetative cells and a reproductive cells. The vegetative cells form the pollen tube that grow to meet the unfertilized ovules, and the reproductive cells is the source of the sperm. Kingdom Plante consists of all the plants on the earth. They are multicellular and eukaryotes. Plants can make their food through a process called photosynthesis. They contain photosynthetic pigments called chlorophyll that present in the plastic. They can reproduce asexually and sexually. They can be divided into two groups, which are non-vascular plants and vascular plants. That's all from me. I hope this sharing will help your misconception. Goodbye!
Well, hello there my friend. My name is Zakuan Aiman, you can call me Zakuan. And for today, I am going to share with you about the misconception on microorganisms and viruses. First of all, before we proceed on what students misunderstood about this subtopic, let me tell you what are microorganisms and viruses and what are the differences between those two. So let's find out together. From this slide, microorganisms or microbes are the microscopic organisms that exist as unicellular, multicellular and cell cluster. The example of microorganisms are fungi, algae, protozoa and also bacteria. But do you ever wonder why viruses are not classified under microorganism? Even though the size of the viruses are way lot smaller than the bacteria, protozoa, fungi and algae. So let's go! So what is virus? Virus is microscopic particles that exist almost everywhere on Earth, especially coronavirus if you don't follow the SOP. They present in animal, plant and also human. Human, did I mention human? Yes, human! For your information, the main characteristic of microorganism, they are able to reproduce on its own without the help from the other cells. However, virus cannot reproduce on its own because they need to live in a living cell or host in order to reproduce, and that is why viruses are not classified as microorganism. As a conclusion, virus is not a living thing, so they are not considered as microorganism, even though they are way smaller in size. So keep that in mind. That is all from me. I hope I helped with your misconception. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Well, hello and hi everyone. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all. My name is Siti Nur Nabilah binti Masromzi and you can call me Nabilah. Are you still okay here? Alright, but before that, thank you Zakuan for passing the stage to me. As you know, a while ago, we just learned a little bit about the misconception that students face when learning about biodiversity. Therefore, we have taken the initiative to produce a creative product to help solve their problems. So, the product that we have produced is a magazine based on the theme of biodiversity. This is the face of magazine that the 5 of us have been produced by ourselves. On your left is the cover of the magazine and on your right now is the back of this magazine. But first, before we go through to the description of this product, let us take a closer look at the design of the cover and back cover of our magazine. Well, for the selection of the front cover of our product, we have chosen a minimalist design so that it looks calm. So, the cover of the magazine is only contains the important detail such as the logo of the company, the title of magazine where we give the name is Cool Scope, the tagline, the year of publish and the number of edition, the theme color as you can see that it is clearly a green color, and the main icon of magazine which is the earth because it is the symbol of our mother of nature. Next, let us take a look at the design of the back of this magazine. On the back cover of this magazine, we only put important info such as the synopsis of the magazine because mostly readers want to know first what the main content of this magazine. Next, we put the name of authors who have been tired of producing this magazine, and then we put contact info, publishing company, and finally we put the price, QR code, and also the barcode. Now, we will go to the description of the product. As I already mentioned earlier, the title of our magazine is School Scope and will be publishing in 2021, which is this year. Then, our theme color selection is green, where it is a dominant color in nature that makes all of us think of growth, think of nature, and see the incredible variety of shades of green expressing renewal and life. Green evokes a feeling of abundance and is associated with refreshment and peace, rest, and security. The green color also helps people feel rest and secure. The total number of pages of this magazine is 50 pages all at once, and all the pages are colored. We also maintain a green color theme on each page, and we want the page to be colored so that it can grab the attention and interest of the readers because they like something colorful. Next is the price of this magazine. Our magazine will be sold offline and also online. For offline, we'll give a price of 10 ringgit for the Peninsula, while 13 ringgit for Sabah and Sarawak because the cost to bring our magazine there is quite expensive. For online, we give the cheaper price of only 7 ringgit. For the content contained in our creative product, we have agreed to provide content that can help students to overcome their misconception and so that they can understand the concept of biodiversity more easily. So, in this magazine, we provide a few not too short notes and a few interesting activities or games. For the short notes, we provide knowledge such as concept of biodiversity, the type and sources of misconception, and also the example of misconception on biodiversity. For game, we design a variety of interesting games so that readers do not feel bored with our magazine. The games available in our magazine are such as fill in the blanks, labeling, crossword, guess and draw, and so on. We also provide an answer scheme for all the activities so that they can check their answer activities whether they are right or wrong. Therefore, there are many specialties of our product such as it contains flexibility, include short notes, it consists of many fun activities, affordable price, easy to buy and get it online and also offline, and the last one is various interactive and colorful page, which is magazine is specially designed to help students understand more about the concept and also to guide students from misunderstanding the concept. Usually, the student will relate between the concept that they learn with the real situation that they have. This may lead to misconception if the conclusion is made without related it with the problem solving in concept that they learn. As can be seen, this product is created with their own objective to help students in developing the positive learning. There are 3 objectives in this developing product, which is to produce a product that can help and be a reference material in learning and teaching session for students and teachers, to reduce and resolve student misconception on a topic of biodiversity, and the last one is to help students to better understand concept of biodiversity more easily and simply. Together with that, they also have many benefits of this product towards students and also their teachers. Using this product, it will help students to identify their misconception and correct those misconceptions. In the final analysis, this product is also useful as it gives students a view of the concept of biodiversity and how to classify the organism into their categories. And lastly is also provide strategies to teachers and students in overcoming misconception. So that's all from me. Thank you.
So now I will continue with the commercialization potential of our magazine. Commercialization is the process of bringing new products, which is our magazine, to the market. So we move on to the next slide. Why do people need to buy this product? School Scoop will help students and teachers to identify the common misconception in biodiversity. We have highlighted some common misconceptions that usually occur in this topic. Students and also teachers can boost up their knowledge regarding this topic. Next, this magazine is also suitable for all the SPM candidates who took science stream because the contents of this magazine is followed according to the latest KSSM syllabus. Lastly, it can be a suitable online ebook or e-magazine for students to do revision during pandemic. When will this product will be launched? This product will be launched on Friday, 9th July 2021. So this is the most suitable time to release our magazine because right now the implementation of the home-based teaching and learning, or known as PDPR for students, is occur nationwide. So this current situation is not only a challenge to parents but also teachers and students, as well as they have to face various issues. Okay, next. Where will this product will be launched? We have two platforms which are online and also offline. For online platform, we will launch our product at educational websites and e-commerce platform. For example, Shopee, Lazada. For online, the customer can choose whether to access this magazine online or by postage, which is offline. For offline platform, the accessibility of our product is Malaysian bookstores, for example, Syarikat Muda Osman, Popular, MPH. So for the first edition, the production for online is greater than offline because of the MCO. However, when the MCO ends, the magazine can be accessed at bookstores all around Malaysia. So who are our target people? The first one is the teacher who teaches biology in secondary school. Second is students, especially science stream students who took biology in SPM. And lastly is parents. These three are the potential buyers of our product. The total cost that involved in producing this magazine is roughly cost about RM 5,500 Malaysian ringgit. It includes the license, SSM, registration on online platform, the production, shipping, printing, and so on. So the production for online platforms is 70%, while offline is only 30% by postage, and the target about only 1,000 units. Because during this current situation, no bookstore is operating since we are still in MCO. And last but not least, how to launch these products? Firstly, we need to have a built publication. For example, we need to find target audience, such as I already mentioned before, the three potential buyers for our products. We also need to know the competitors in order to improve the quality of the products that we produce. And lastly, we also need to prepare a business plan to make sure smooth progress in launching the product. Next is we need to have a build team. Build team will help the marketing strategies to increase the engagement of our products. The online platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp will help us to catch up the attention of our target customer. Lastly, the feedback team is also important to ensure to get the latest update on the feedback of our products. So this feedback actually will help us to improve the quality for our next edition. To conclude, the broader act of commercialization entails production, distribution, marketing, sales, customer support, and other key functions is very critical to achieving the commercial success of our new magazine. That's all from me. Thank you.